Hey guys, you might wonder where I am. I'm in an RV and yeah, for the ones that haven't seen my last video about the trip to save my dog, that's where I'm at. If you're interested in that, the link to this video is in the end screen. So I'll be in the RV for a little while. I don't know how long yet, but let's talk about Iceland. So interesting things coming from Iceland. The Icelandic Meteorological Office says the activity at the eruption site has been pretty steady since yesterday. And very interesting, I'll show you later, Landsnet, that's the electricity company, they have erected a 30-meter tall, 100 feet tall mast, electricity mast, to bridge that lava carpet. And we will also hear from Grindavik what they're planning there. But let's just look at the status quo. So the eruption activity has remained the same since yesterday, basically in line with the constant eruption activity that also has been seen through the night. The activity, though, is now only limited to the northernmost crater. That's what's visible. And the lava flow from there is also flowing to the north and to the east. So the northernmost crater is directly east of Stora Skogfell. And so most of it flows east towards Fagradalsfjall, actually. But they're saying it cannot be ruled out that there's still movement under the solidified surface in the lava bed that went west towards Svartsengi and was or is still threatening the Blue Lagoon. We talked about this in my last video yesterday. So despite the fact that's what they're saying, that there are no visible movements underneath this black carpet, there could be something, this underground glowing lava river could still be there and then push against the defense wall and then all of a sudden, as a surprise, come up, breach the defense wall like it did not in the last eruption, but the eruption before that. And what is happening with the land rise underneath Svartsengi? We know the land is rising when the magma chamber is filling up. Then when the eruption is happening, actually, the land starts subsiding because the magma chamber is emptying out. And that has been going on since the eruption started. But the GPS measurements now show the first tiny little signs that the subsidence could come to an end. What the Met Office is saying about their GNS measurements, that maybe that subsidence is stopping, that the changes from day to day at the moment are so small that they say at the moment it's not possible to draw conclusions from these individual measuring points. But they say once they have some measurements over a period of several days, then they can give us a little bit more of a description. And then we will know whether there will be a continuation of the land rise or of the land subsidence. If the land is rising again, that means the magma chamber is filling up again, and we could see the next eruption in 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months, something like this, because then we would have another magma accumulation underneath Svartsengi and the Blue Lagoon. And it's not Rudi today. It's Eddie that wants to join you and wants to say hello, it seems. And then the Met Office has released a new map that shows you where the new lava flow has spread out. So this is the darker purple lava bed that's on top of the older lava beds that are coming from the previous eruption. But this one there, you can really see how far it reached towards the Blue Lagoon and how far west it reached and how widespread it also was or is towards the west. So let's not forget, I'll show you these thermal images again that I showed you yesterday. So the picture on the left, that's just a thermal image. That's that black lava carpet. And what you see, the red glowing, that's what's underneath. And that could still come to the surface. And on the right side, you see the real picture, how it looks in real time. So don't rule out that this thing is not still good for a surprise. And that's what the Met Office is also indicating. And I want to show you pictures from how they're setting this new electricity mast in Svartsengi, because they haven't really delivered electricity since that mast. The previous mast was destroyed by the lava flow. So it's interesting. Like I said, the Fraggle Rock at work again, these time probably different guys than the excavator guys. They're still working on the defense walls, especially in the area of the Blue Lagoon and the western parts, to make them wider and then make them higher. So these are Landsnet employees authorities that are putting together the new electricity mast to replace the one that went under lava completely, because they're saying there has been no electricity production in Swartsengi since that mast fell. So pretty impressive pictures when you see the guys work and you see the glowing eruption in the background. It's absolutely amazing. So they started yesterday to work on the foundation for this mast. As you might be able to understand, if that's 100 feet tall mast, you need a massive concrete foundation in order for this thing to really be steady and hold all the electricity cables. So that's a picture that you see here that Landsnet has published. So it's not a small operation. They really need big machinery. So this is quite a task that they're having to do there. And guys, while I'm speaking, actually, just right now, the news came in that there's an earthquake at Bardarbunga again. 3.6 in the crater of Bardarbunga at 3:16 in the morning at a depth of 2.6 kilometers. And then there were also 3 smaller earthquakes recorded in the same area. And the strongest of the smaller ones was recorded in a magnitude of 1.2. They're always saying earthquakes at Bardarbunga are common. This is the place in Iceland where the most and the largest earthquakes occur, but it's also a volcanic area. So we could see a volcanic eruption there as well. So that's why this thing also needs to be closely monitored. But now really, let's talk about Grindavik. Good for Grindavik. This eruption spared Grindavik completely this time. No earthquake damage, no lava damage, nothing. That's why they have decided they want to increase access to Grindavik. MBL has also reported about this today. And I really think if you look at this picture, it shows you the area very, very well. And you see how flat the area is. And you see all the black. That's the lava carpets from all the previous eruptions. And really look, you can see where these brown defense walls are. If they hadn't been there, it would have flowed right over Grindavik and probably into the sea. But you see inside the defense walls, this black square, and then this little tiny black little thing that was basically when a fissure as a surprise opened last year in January. Basically, I would say this is on the edge of Grindavik. So inside Grindavik, and burned down these 3 nice homes. One was completely new and not even lived in, not even finished yet. So that was really bad. But you know, you see where the eruption is, there's still the smoke. And then you see the Mount Thorbjorn on the left here. And behind Mount Thorbjorn, that's where Swartsengi is. That's where the power plant and the Blue Lagoon are located. So there's some mountains, but there's these flat areas, and that's where the fissure eruptions are happening. And that's why this lava, this liquid fast flowing lava, can spread out so easily and can go so far, because it's very, very flat and it's towards Grindavik. If the eruption happens close enough to Grindavik, it's gradually sloping down there towards the sea, so the lava can flow into Grindavik very easily if there was an eruption even closer to Grindavik. So they have released a map here that they want to open the road access to Grindavik again. Of course, Grindavik-Vegur, the main road that comes from Keflavik or from Reykjavik, basically north-south along the Blue Lagoon and Swartsengi, that has been flowed over by lava again, like almost every time now. But they want to open the western and the eastern roads. You see that Nesvegur and also Sudostrandavegur, that is open, and they say, but they have done roadblocks going into Swartsengi so that nobody goes to the eruption site or to Swartsengi, and they want to protect the work that is going on there so that the workers that are building the defense walls and are repairing infrastructure are not being disturbed. Because also they're strengthening the defense walls. There's this lava cooling still going on, cooling the lava tongue with water. So no tourists there. Nobody should be there. And there's people living in Grindavik again. So last night there were 42 homes were occupied. So we will have to see. That was a little update, guys. I hope you're doing great. And yeah, I've decided probably that I will, while I'm on my RV tour here, it's not really an RV tour, it's to save Apollo's life. But since it's a waiting game with the clinics and when you can get in, I might drive around a little bit and might as well, while I'm here, show you the area a little bit. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for my Campi Flegrei update that I will release shortly after this video. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to support the channel, check out my Buy Me a Coffee website. There's a barcode here. The link is in the description of this video. And I have to say, your support has been really, really awesome. And I have to say, in times like this, where I'm facing these, I can't even call it vet bill, because these bills exceed what I would pay for a horse abdominal surgery. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, I have to say thanks so much for your help. You've sending me coffees and wanted to help for Apollo and the supers here. I'm very, very grateful for that, guys, because honestly, this kind of vet bill that I need for Apollo, I don't have this lying around, and I don't want to make this a pity party here on the channel, but I want to say thank you for the ones who were helping out with that. So thanks for that, guys. My heart goes out to you, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.